7 o'clock.
Deadly New York City shooting. I heard all these loud bangs. I turned around, all these people were like running. Gunfire in a Nevada casino. The suspect produced a handgun and pointed it at a group of victims. Summer sizzler. Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. New York City police say a gunman walked into an office skyscraper in Midtown Manhattan and started shooting. The city's mayor says the man was targeting the headquarters of the National Football League, but took the wrong elevator. CBS's Lilia Luciano reports 4 people were killed, including a police officer.
Police say the shooter brazenly walked into the skyscraper with an M4-style rifle and started shooting. The building's security camera footage shows the shooter enter the lobby, turn right, and immediately open fire on an NYPD officer. He then shoots a woman who took cover behind a pillar and proceeds through the lobby, spraying it with gunfire.
The NYPD commissioner said the gunman made his way to the elevator bank, shooting a security guard.
The shooter then calls the elevator, which opens in the lobby. A female exits that elevator, and he allows her to walk past him unharmed.
Police say he then went to the 33rd floor, home to the real estate company Rudin Management, where he killed one person before he shot himself in the chest.
We believe this to be a lone shooter.
Police have identified the gunman as 27-year-old Shane Tamora. They say he had a documented history of mental health issues.
He lived in Las Vegas and drove across country before reaching New Jersey Monday, about 2 hours before the shooting.
The motive is still under investigation.
Now to Reno, Nevada, where 3 people were killed, 3 others hurt when a man opened fire in the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino. Sparks Police Chief Chris Crawford says the suspect was wounded.
We have no reason to believe there's a connection between any of the victims and the suspect, and we have no known motive by the suspect.
Overseas, UN experts warned again today that Gaza is slipping into famine. Yesterday, President Trump urged Israel to get food into Gaza. CBS's Deborah Patton.
The Israeli government faces mounting anger around the world and at home. For nearly 2 years, protesters have demanded a ceasefire deal to bring back hostages still in captivity. This past week, there was a shift, with some demonstrators condemning the starvation of Palestinians as a war crime. The fierce criticism sparked a furious denial from Prime Minister Netanyahu.
There is no starvation in Gaza.
But even his closest ally disagreed.
That's real starvation stuff. I see it. You can't fake that.
Israel accuses Hamas of systematically stealing the supplies, although a U.S. government report found there was no proof of this.
The CBS's Scott McFarlane has the latest now on the Jeffrey Epstein case.
Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, is urging the Supreme Court to step in and overturn her sex trafficking conviction on grounds she was unlawfully prosecuted. Her attorney, David Marcus, went a step further, issuing a statement calling President Trump a deal maker, then saying they're appealing to the president himself to recognize how profoundly unjust it is to scapegoat Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein's crimes. For the second time in a week, the president refused to rule out a pardon for Maxwell Monday.
Well, I'm allowed to give her a pardon, but nobody's approached me with it.
Meanwhile, Democrats are criticizing the president for using the word privilege to describe the island where Epstein lived and committed crimes.
I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down.
Extreme heat engulfs the eastern half of the country. Parts of the Northeast could see record temperatures up close to 100. It'll feel like up to 115 in parts of the Mississippi Valley. CBS's Skylar Henry reports the intense heat has forced changes for some young athletes.
The football team at this Atlanta high school shifted practice to start at 6 a.m. to avoid running drills through dangerous heat.
This really decreases any kind of heat illness.
Athletic director Natasha Harrigan says the school measures the wet bulb globe temperature every 30 minutes to gauge heat stress in the sun.
It's at 93 right now, telling us that we need to get off the field.
As readings rise, more safety precautions are taken. Outside Memphis, Tennessee, 16-year-old Joshua Henderson collapsed during his school's football practice earlier this month. He died Saturday after a severe heat stroke.
4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz.